another video. Today is Sunday in our home, so we're gonna do a quick Sunday reset. Have you ever watched a Sunday reset video, honey?
No, I have not. I don't know what we're going to do.
What do you think that would be, a Sunday reset?
I think that's a day that we take a nap, kind of reset our bodies. Get it ready for tomorrow, ready for the week. I mean, I'm all about reset.
Getting ready for the week. There it is. So I watch these videos, never usually on a Sunday. They just pop up whenever, but it's just women getting their lives ready for the week. So our week upcoming. Why does that make you laugh?
I don't know. It's just our definition of reset is so different. But it's all good, you know.
Well, he's been such a good helper to me this weekend. So always, but this weekend he's been doing a lot of dishes, and right now he's making 2 loaves of sourdough. We have revived our sourdough starter from almost near death. So we have not used her in a while and had to throw one out. So he has got 2 loaves going, and I leave in a couple of hours to go pick up our grandsons for the whole week. So we started a lot of projects this weekend, as we have been doing since the fire. His office has been our primary concern. Our 16, 17 years of homeschooling has been unboxed in there, and now that I have 3 left at home that I'm homeschooling and 2 that are at the very end of their high school career, I'm trying to make hard decisions on what I need and what I want to keep for grandkids and keep for Evan. So I've been working on that with his help and with his mom's help. She's been so sweet and breaking down boxes and just helping us. So my plan, it's about 2:30, and I need to leave at 4:15-ish. So my plan is I'm gonna work in the house for like 45 minutes.
Hi.
Grandkids calling. Okay, tell him I'll call him right back.
Okay, Nanny will call you
Right back, okay? 1 minute, okay. 1 minute. Okay, he's so excited. So I'm having him sleep on a mattress on the floor, probably in our room. He wants to sleep in Evan's room. I just don't know that there'll be much sleeping if the boys are in there together. But he's been telling everybody, I get to sleep on Ninny's floor. So, to be a kid again. So I'm gonna work in here for about 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna spend the time after that until I leave in his office. I made a lot of headway yesterday, so then we're gonna drive and pick up the boys, and by the time I get home, there won't be too much time. They can play with Evan for a little bit, but then we'll be getting ready for bed and waking up and starting our week together. So we're primarily gonna get our bed made, the house picked up, the kitchen cleaned, something started for dinner. Maybe just sweep up the floors, just get the house kind of reset for the week. Sound good, honey? He's already hard at work.
I mean, this is all I do around here. You know, somebody's got to do it, right?
Oh, babe, that's not nice. He's totally joking, y'all. Don't come after him. Okay, y'all. For those of y'all that don't know us in person, I wanted to tell you a little bit about this man. He is the most servant-hearted man I have ever known. I couldn't do my current life today, and definitely could not have done the years past with all the kiddos at home had this man not had the servant heart that he does have. He is always quick to jump in when he sees a need, never complains, always there, cooks, cleans, bakes bread, just is the most precious man. I'm so thankful for him. After 25 plus years of marriage, I can truly say that he is the exact best husband that God intended for me, and I'm so blessed to have him. So as you're editing this, honey, thank you for all that you do for us. We love you so, so much. I also will say, when you're trying to get ready for the week and you're not alone and you have some help, it is a beautiful thing. So we were just trying to get the main living spaces cleaned up. I feel like if you can just get those main spaces picked up and nothing else, you are on a good start. So we were getting everything cleared off the counters while he was doing the dishes. I was trying to kind of make sense of all the things that had gathered. I will say that the bigger your countertop is, the more stuff you're going to pile on it. That has kind of been the running joke. So my mother-in-law and father-in-law recently moved to our area, which is a huge blessing, and the house that they bought had some beautiful landscaping. It also had a garden that, for whatever reason, survived the heat. So they had thriving okra. The okra actually had gotten so big that we had given quite a few harvests to our goats. And then this is basil that she had cut the day before. And it was so much, it pretty much was filling up most of this trash bag here. So I was just cutting the leaves off the stems. I had originally planned to make some pesto with it, but I think it had been harvested a little bit too long ago for it to be fresh enough for that. So I just cut quite a bit off the stem and then put it on a tray, and then I put that tray in my dehydrator. I don't have footage of that, but I will link my dehydrator down below. It's a London Sunshine one that we were gifted and did a review on a couple years ago, and then they also gifted us another one after the fire. Great company, great product. We love to have some dehydrated foods around, so I dehydrated this primarily to just use as a seasoning. So it is done. I need to take it out of the dehydrator still. It's just been sitting in there, and get it in a jar. So this will be fun to add to any Italian dish. Okay, so we also find things as we're cleaning up that neither one of us are quite sure what it is or where it came from. So Brian found this tote bag. We're assuming it's our Evelyn's, maybe Esme's. So we were just cracking up because we're like, whose is this? So he finished the dishes and was on to help me pick up. Lizzie was telling us all about her week. She has been working and going to school full-time to become an EMT and join the fire academy. So she is gone often. So it's good to hear an update from her. I think she's doing really well. So I sat down with all of my recipe cards. I shared in another video that these cards were saved during the fire. If you have been a long-time viewer, you know that my daughters and I worked on this a couple summers ago, and it was a really frustrating, tedious project, but we were so thankful that we got it done. So I'm looking through these. They're kind of new to me now that they've been packed up for a year. Evan also realized that, oh my goodness, Lizzie's home. He is one to just really, really miss his siblings when they're not here. And he was really excited to see her and definitely wanted to drag her off for some playtime. So I kind of chose a few recipes that we would do for that night and then also for the week, and that just made me feel more settled to have somewhat of a plan before the boys came. Also, in a past video, you saw my homeschool closet that I got partially done. The problem with this project has been that not everything was unpacked at once, so I never really knew all that I had to fit into this one space. So it was like I would get it situated and then find 6 more boxes from the restoration company, and then it would add a pile of things. And then y'all had a lot of good suggestions about moving the big kids' books up one shelf to kind of make it at their eye level, and then try to get the things that are most interesting to the little ones off the floor so that I didn't have a mess all the time with them picking things up and just taking it out of here without asking. So I knew that with the boys coming in just a few hours, I really needed to tackle this, because as at this moment, most of the stuff that I didn't know what to do with was just blocking the hallway. And then Sweet Everett is down here at the end of this hallway, and I know he will be thankful to have these piles at his doorstep gone. So it is not perfect today, but I do feel 90% better about it. I got all of my teacher manuals in one spot, all of the high school materials in one spot. I tried my very best to divide Evan's curriculum in ways that made sense by phonics and math and sensory items, reading books, and then books that are scheduled in his curriculum. I am using a Memoria Press curriculum for children with special needs. I will link that below. We're doing level B with Evan. If you're new here, my Evan is 9 and has Down syndrome. And then for my older 2 kids, I have a junior and a senior. And we were trying to do the math. I think this is our 17th year of homeschooling. So we've been doing this a very long time. So we had been doing a curriculum for most of our homeschool career called Tapestry of Grace. It is our favorite. We do love it. But then since we moved to Waco 4 years ago, we have had a lot of trauma in our lives. We've had our son Ezra pass away unexpectedly, and then I had 2 adult children that really struggled with some significant illnesses. And then lastly, we have this house fire. And so while Tapestry is my favorite, it is extremely intense. And so we needed to just take a break and take a step back. And so after that, we started to do Ambleside Online. I can also link that below. It's a beautiful Charlotte Mason. I don't know that I would call it a curriculum. It's like a plan that you can, kind of piece things together yourself. And we really enjoyed that. So we did year, I think 9, 10, 11, and 12 of that. And then all of those materials were packed away. And I didn't know what we were getting back, what would have been cleaned from the fire. So we had to take a break from doing that. And this year I just purchased a high school Sunlight curriculum. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's gotten us through. But now that I have gotten year 11 Ambleside books out of the Restoration Company's storage, I am going to create a better plan for us for the remainder of the school year. So thankfully, all of this stuff is put away. The big kids know where their stuff is. I'm still kind of adjusting things here and there as we do school, but all of his materials are where they need to be. So I'm thankful. I'm actually hoping we don't find too many more things to unpack, because it just puts us that much further in getting this organized. But at the end of the day, I felt really good about how this looked prior to the boys coming and to start a fresh homeschool week. He just hung. Ooh, look at how the video. It's going to be hard to kind of tell. There you go. This really doesn't look like you're in Alice in Wonderland in real life, but it's very pretty. This was our mirror. We've had this for years and years. It's from an old one from Ballard Design. It's got the little kind of mercury glass looking edge, and thankfully it survived the fire and the cleaning, so he hung it in the place it was before.
That's where it belongs.
Now what are you up to?
Well, I just hung that picture by the front door, and I hung Ezra's picture.
So y'all probably remember, if you've been here a while, I don't know how to turn the dining room light on. The lighting. I framed this not too long before the fire. If you're new here, this is our Ezra as a baby. Ezra passed away at 8.5, and these are some of my favorite pictures of him and Brian. It just shows his little personality, giving him sugars. We were on a beach trip. So thankfully, it made it through. We hung it by the front door. And then this also came through the cleaning okay. It's got one little like scratch, but you really can't notice it. This is where Ezra and Evan were hanging prior to the fire, and that is the only thing that I thought was fitting for there. So it's really sweet to see Ezra's face throughout our house again. Okay, so I'm about to show him my Pinterest picture of how these are going to hang above the TV. Brian has always been our bread maker. He really was interested in sourdough bread years ago and did it so well, and it came easy to him, so I let him do it all this time. I really do have a desire to learn, and he really only has the time to make just the standard artisan bread. So I would like to just become more familiar with it. He's always there to give me some pointers, but it is a little bit frustrating because I can feed our sourdough starter the same way that he does, and he has better results. So it's sort of like a green thumb with baking. He does well. He made 2 loaves to start us off for the week, and as I film this, or as I'm editing this and making this voiceover, we have already eaten almost both the loaves, and it's only Wednesday. So definitely 2 loaves at a time is the right amount for us. We probably need to do that a few times a week to just be prepared and have the bread that we need here so that we're not having to buy it at the store. I also have this sourdough starter kit that I will link below that came with these 2 different shapes of silicone baskets to let your bread proof in. So I will definitely link that below.
House.
You what?
Yeah. House.
You want to go to my house
And sleepover.
and sleep over? Y'all ready to go?
And garden. This week.
Wow, I can't wait. We have the whole car's loaded down with our stuff, huh?
Boys.
We just met at McDonald's. Now we're driving home
Whoa.
to Ninny's house, huh?
Yeah.
We're waiting on Lizzie. Lizzie loves McDonald's more than anything, and we hardly ever go, so she's getting herself a kid's meal. Are we having fun? Tom is playing with army men, and Evan is playing with community helpers. Evan, say good morning. Oh, look, it's Count Dracula.